Welcome to Football with Cheese. So in this video, I'm going to look at the MVP odds for the NFL season. And what I'm going to do is pretend that someone gave me $1,000. That'd be great. But they gave me $1,000 and said, you have to bet it on one of these players. Who would you bet on? And also let me know in the comments which player you would bet on if somebody gave you a free $1,000 bet. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss one of my videos. So let's get right into it. I really like this website. It's vegasinsider.com, because what they do is they show you like DraftKings and FanDuel and BetMGM. Basically, they show you 6 different betting websites and what their odds are. So we have them right here on the screen. I don't think I've done a shared screen video since the NFL draft when I was doing my mock draft, so it's kind of fun to do these again. So look at the top, we have Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Not a surprise. They've won 3 of the last 4 combined. Obviously, Matthew Stafford won last year. Now, before I even looked at these odds, when I got the idea to make this video, I was going to say Justin Herbert, because I thought he'd be 8th or 9th highest odds. He's got the 3rd highest odds, so we're definitely not going to choose Justin Herbert. Vegas agrees with me. They think he's going to have a big year. He's got a healthy offensive line. He's got a lot of weapons around him. And it's pretty incredible what he did last year with the worst offensive line I have ever seen. I've been watching football for over 30 years. I have never seen an offensive line worse than what he had. Both offensive tackles who are really good got injured. The interior was awful. And they've upgraded pretty much every spot, either come back from injury or free agency of the draft. One of the guard spots, they still should have done more, in my opinion, but Justin Herbert is in line to have a tremendous season. And he did get an MVP vote for what he did, considering, once again, horrible offensive line. So Joe Burrow, he would be in my top 3 choices of what I do with $1,000 because he does have the 4th highest odds. I think he should be up there with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, but he has not stayed healthy in recent years. That's why he's not up there with Josh Allen. And I don't bet, and I don't recommend doing it. But it's just fun to predict. And even if you do bet, say you bet Joe Burrow and halfway through the year he's got 25 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, Bengals are 7-2, it's looking amazing, and then he gets hurt. Well, then he's not winning the MVP and you just wasted whatever money you put down. So, don't bet. But it's fun to predict. Patrick Mahomes is next. That makes sense because he has not been very good the last 2 years. Since they traded Tyreek Hill, his numbers have gone down. They've had a lot of offensive line issues, injuries to the wide receiver position. But it's not just about the numbers. It's about the narrative. I know Matthew Stafford pretty much won on numbers alone, but Drake May got second because the team improved so much. Because they went from 4 wins to 14. And he was the quarterback and he had a tremendous year. He, in my opinion, should not have even been close to Matthew Stafford. That's who I would have voted for. But he did almost win it. So the narrative is also important when you're picking this. Dak Prescott, I don't think he'll win it. Now, Dak probably had the best year of his career, but no one talked about it because the Cowboys won 7 games. I just don't think he will win it unless he throws like 44 touchdowns and the Cowboys win like 13 or 14 games. I don't think either one will happen. Caleb Williams, that's a joke. Come on. He just doesn't have the accuracy. Caleb Williams ahead of Matthew Stafford. Okay, so I mentioned Joe Burrow in my top 3. I understand why Stafford's not, in the top 3 or 4, but this is ridiculous that he's this low. Because he won it last year, there might be some voters say, well, we gave it to him last year, let's give it to someone else, assuming he puts up similar numbers. I think it's absolutely insane that he's below Caleb Williams. You can make an argument for the rest of the guys, but that's just crazy. Matthew Stafford should not be this low. So if you gave me $1,000 and I had to bet, I would put number 3 money on Joe Burrow, number 2 on Matt Stafford. My number 1 is coming up. And no, it is not Jordan Love. Boy, FanDuel really doesn't like Jordan Love. 22-1. Okay. Here's why I'm not picking Jordan Love. The offensive line. It's pretty bad. I think it's going to be a big problem for Green Bay this year. They also might not win more than 8 or 9 games because Michael Parsons is probably going to miss the first half. The defense without him was a disaster. Now, he will probably get a full year of Christian Watson and a full year of Tucker Kraft. I don't think he's ever had both. So his weapons are probably better than they've ever been, and he's improved each year. But I don't believe in the offensive line. I think he's running for his life in some games, and I just don't think the Packers will win enough games to win the MVP. Jane Daniels is interesting. I don't think Washington will win enough games, but maybe they do make the playoffs, and he's got a shot because they're so improved from the previous year. Once again, it's not necessarily about stats. It is, but it's also about the narrative. Brock Purdy, I don't see it. Trevor Lawrence, give me a break. Sam Darnold won't win it. They run the ball too much. Jalen Hurts. But okay, so the person I want to bet on, I haven't even seen yet. We have to hit see all. Jared Goff is interesting. I just don't think he'll put up enough stats to win it, even though I think the Lions are going to be very good this year. Kyler Murray, come on. Jackson Dart, CJ Stroud. How is Baker Mayfield this far down? That is who I would bet on if somebody gave me $1,000. Do I think Baker Mayfield's going to win the MVP? Am I predicting it? Absolutely not. But look at the odds. 50-1. 50-1. So if I get $1,000, I win 50 grand. So that's the point. I could go bet on Josh Allen, right? And let's say it's 6-1. Okay? So I put $1,000 down on Josh Allen. He wins the MVP. I win $6,000. Big whoop. But if I put $1,000 down on Baker Mayfield, I win 50 grand. Now, why is Baker Mayfield this low? I have no idea. So let's just talk about last year, Baker Mayfield. He wasn't nearly as good as the year before, but the offensive line had injuries. They had to move their center out to left tackle for a few games. That was a disaster. Mike Evans missed time, and some people are going to say, okay, well, Mike Evans left for the 49ers, so his play will drop off. But Baker Mayfield was playing better, believe it or not, without Mike Evans. When he came back, there were other issues as well. Baker was struggling more, and when Mike Evans wasn't there, Emeka Egbuka was playing a lot better, and he had a tremendous rookie year, and I think he's going to be tremendous in year 2 and be the number 1 guy this year. You still have Bucky Irving, and the offensive line, if healthy, is really, really good and a lot better than the Green Bay Packers. And I know a lot of people are going to pick Jordan Love for the MVP, and hardly anyone's going to pick Baker Mayfield. But Baker Mayfield threw 41 touchdowns in the 2024 season, 2 years ago. 41 touchdowns. And the reason Baker Mayfield didn't come close to winning the MVP, I looked it up. He actually finished 11th, despite throwing 41 touchdowns, which is crazy. And they won the division, made the playoffs. It's because he threw 16 interceptions. So last year did a much better job at not turning the ball over. If he can get back to the 40 touchdown guy and still throw a few interceptions, then he's got a shot. Plus, it's a very winnable division, the NFC South. So I could see the Buccaneers winning 11, 12 games. They got Reuben Bain in the draft. He should help their pass rush tremendously. So just look at a few more. Cam Ward, no. Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers, Tyler Shook. Malik Willis, they actually put odds this far. Wow. Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs have a much better chance than Malik Willis or Bryce Young. So let me know in the comments if you can see all these guys on the screen. Of all these players, if you had $1,000, who would you bet on? If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. Share this with anyone who loves football. I cover all 32 teams on this channel. And please, please give me some ideas for videos down in the comments, because we got about 3 weeks till training camp starts, and I'm kind of running out of ideas. So let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Mike and I, we do the Lights Up podcast. It's Tuesday night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss it. Check out these videos on the screen if you have not. One is breaking down who I think will be the most improved team in the AFC, the other who will be the most improved team in the NFC. And I'll see you guys in the next video.